Hey guys, it's the Object Show Analyzer back with another video, and today I'm going to make a new series where I'm going to be saying the characters from each Object Show, which ones are underrated and which ones are overrated. So as you could tell, we're starting from the very beginning, the first Object Show. Don't mind that, baby. But yeah, so let's get into it. So the first character is going to be Blocky. We're going in alphabetical order. So Blocky, I'm going to say in BFDI, he was overrated because people thought he was some type of great character. He was getting special treatment from Jack and Jellify, as he was the only one with their own type of funny show. Blocky International's Funny Doings, like BFDI. But remember, guys, this is just my opinion. So I'm going to say Blocky was overrated. Not saying that he's not a great character and all, but I'm just saying that people thought he was more better than he usually was. And even though he got third place, and to prove that point, I know he was third eliminated, but then he rejoined. So I guess people thought he was some kind of great character, funny character. So yeah. Alright guys, so next we're going to be talking about Bubble, and I'm going to say that Bubble was kind of neutral. She's not overrated because people, I would say underrated because everybody kind of overlooked her and she made it to the final three. But I'd say she got some respect because, you keep somebody in. So she didn't just make it to the final three like a rejoin. She just she just got there, and it's because we voted her. We didn't vote for her to go home because we thought she was okay. So for Bubble, I'm going to say that she was neutral. Alright, next up we have Coiny, and oh boy, Coiny's going to be another neutral because he didn't make it pretty far, but I'll say that he wasn't overlooked. He wasn't one of the first people eliminated. He had to fight with Fiery, so that was kind of what he did throughout all. He didn't really focus on himself. He just kept fighting with Fiery. But right now, BFB Coiny, he's like one of the top 10 Teapot characters, I believe. But BFDI Coiny, I'm going to say, and because it didn't make it that far, so I'm going to say Coiny was neutral. Alright, next we have Eraser. Just because they're my favorite character doesn't mean I'm going to say underrated. But Eraser, I'll say he's probably a little underrated, but mostly neutral. Cause he would have he did make it to the merge. But then there was a rejoin. There was like two rejoins, so he kind of got like 14th, 15th place. But Eraser, honestly, the way he played and his team, I'd say a little bit underrated because his team was up for elimination a lot of times, to the point where in the merge it was literally three or four squishy cherries, and he was one of them with like 6-7 squashy grapes. But yeah, Eraser, I'll say mostly neutral, but a little bit underrated because I think he could have made it a little farther. Alright, so guys, next up we have Fiery. And honestly, I believe Fiery is a little bit overrated. Not that much, but kinda, because I don't think he honestly deserved to win. I think it probably should have been somebody like Leafy or Bubble, but mostly Leafy. But in the end, Fiery won, I guess, because people thought he was cool. But this is just my opinion. So Fiery, no offense, no disrespect to all those Fiery lovers, but I don't think Fiery deserved to win personally. Okay, this is just me. I think it should have been Leafy, but yeah, I'm going to say Fiery is overrated a little bit. Next up we have Flower, and this is based on BFDI, okay? So BFDI based, I'm going to say Flower was neutral. She was mean, kind of. She was first eliminated, and what I don't think is fair, she was eliminated first, right? And we literally made her get eliminated first, some of us, because it was like 37 votes. But then we made her rejoin. She skipped like half the competition just to rejoin at what, the final 6, final 5, final 4, that she got eliminated in the final 4. But still, how could we eliminate somebody then just bring them back because they didn't really get a chance because they were first eliminated? Like, that doesn't seem fair to me. But yeah, I'm gonna say Flower was kind of neutral or a little underrated because we didn't really give her a chance. And even after she rejoined, she had like what, 2 or 3 episodes. So yeah, Flower, you're neutral, a little bit underrated. Alright guys, so next up we have Golf Ball. I'm gonna say Golf Ball is kind of neutral because she didn't make it that far. She was, like Eraser said, a bossy bot. So not really much on her. Just she didn't get that far because she was bossy. And I think that us people that voted for that, we didn't like it, so we voted her off. So she's not overrated because she didn't make that far. She's not underrated because she didn't get eliminated too early because of her action. But yeah, Golf Ball's a neutral. Alright, next we have Ice Cube. And I'm going to say Ice Cube's overrated because I think people kind of felt bad for her for the situation she's in or something. She made what, top 5 or 6? I don't know, but I know she made the final 7 at most. But yeah, Ice Cube, I'm gonna say she's overrated. Again, sorry all Ice Cube fans. I know you guys like her, but this is based on BFDI, okay? So just based on BFDI, I'm going to say she's overrated. Also, I forgot to do David. So David, he's going to be probably. So I'm gonna say David is. I don't even know what to say for him because he was just a recommended character and he joined. But I think people just let him join because he was kind of human, the only human character. But I don't have anything on David, so I'm just going to call him neutral.
You good, bro?
Alright, guys, so next up we have Leafy, the Leafster. Alright, so Leafy, even though she made it all the way to the end, I think she's underrated a little bit. Some people might say she's overrated because she was nice, so people saw that as a good thing, so they just think she deserves to win. But I'd say she's underrated because she really did deserve to win. I mean, she's played the game well. She sometimes sacrificed her immunity for others. She tried to be friends with Bubble a little bit, I guess. She kind of caused a problem, but I'd say Leafy to me is a little bit underrated. I see why most people will say overrated, but I'd say underrated for me. Next up, we have Match. So Match is neutral. Okay, she was pretty annoying to me. Okay, she got out before she made the merge. Basically, kind of like I think the top 50. Wait, I don't know, but I don't remember when Match got out. But I know she got out around Teardrop, Needle, something like that, Coiny. But Match, she didn't deserve to win. Obviously, she and Pencil were to me annoying. But Match, I'll say she's neutral. She deserves to get out when she got out. Next up, we have Needle, and I'll say underrated. I mean, just because she said needy and smacked, just because when somebody said needy, she smacked them. I guess people kind of saw that as mean, so they said, we gotta get all the mean guys out here. But, yeah, Needle, just like the story with Flower, I mean, they should have gave her a chance, but not like just join half through the game. Same thing for Blocky. But Needle, yeah, I'm going to say she's a little underrated. Also, I just realized Blocky, Spongy, and Flower were the first 3 eliminated, but they all rejoined. That's funny. Alright, next up we have my second favorite character, Pen, and I don't know what to call him. I would say underrated, but like depending on where he got out, the way he made it was kind of a snoozy. Like you don't really remember. He's not really a memorable character in BFDI. So Pen, top 10 he made. He got out right after Eraser, but I'm gonna say I don't have a lot of reasons, but Pen I'm going to say is underrated a little bit, but mostly neutral. Alright guys, so next up we have Pencil. Now with what I just said about Match, I'm gonna say Pencil is overrated. She didn't deserve to make it as far as she did, but probably she kind of made it this far because the people on her team were worse than her, like Woody, Spongy, what's her name, Blocky, etc. So that's why she made the final 7 for the most part. But I'm gonna say she's overrated. The way she behaved, the way I'm judging this is based on how you act and how far you made. Like if you are a terrible character, you're mean to everybody, and you even sometimes come for the viewers, but yeah, you make the final 5, final 4, but you don't win. Like that's just, that's not really fair. But if you have a good character who's nice, they deserve to make it far, even deserve to win. But then they're like the 4th or 5th person eliminated. That's not fair. So that's how I'm judging it. But Pencil, I'll say she's overrated. If Match made it as far as her, I would have said she's overrated too. But she's neutral because she deserves to get out when she did. All right, next up we have Pin, and Pin, she's neutral. She was mean to everybody. She even cursed at kids. Well, not cursed, but she threw up some bad signs, as we all know. When BFDI one day she stuck up the middle finger. So yeah, I'm not surprised she didn't even make it past episode 10. I'm not really surprised. She was 5th eliminated. It was Flower, Spongy, Blocky, Woody, Pin, Needle, Teardrop, Coiny, I believe, then Match. But yeah, I gotta say, Pin, you're neutral. You deserve to get out 5th. Rocky, overrated. Okay. Out of all the characters in BFDI, no offense, Rocky fans. Again, no offense to all you people, because I know at least each character has a group of like 100 fans or something. So if you're a Rocky fan, Blocky fan, Match fan, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, but this is just what I think. So Rocky, I'm going to say overrated. All he did, he only talked in the first episode. Probably said 2 lines, but then after that he just kept throwing up. He literally made it this far because the Squishy Cherries, they sucked, so they kept losing a lot of games. But even when he was up for elimination, I don't think people saw him as a threat necessarily. That's why they didn't see him as mean. But all he did was throw up every day, and I guess people thought he was cute, or it was cute, or something like that. So Rocky, I'm sorry, buddy, but out of all the characters, I'd say you're the most overrated character to me. Alright, next we have Snowball. Snowball, neutral, okay? Mean, aggressive. He was helpful to the team, honestly, but I think he got eliminated around 13 to 12 contestants remaining, but I'm going to say neutral. I mean, he made it kind of far. I mean, didn't make it pretty far, like Final 6 or Final 8 and stuff like that. Even just making the merge is pretty far, but he got eliminated right before the merge. So I'd say Snowball, I'd say you're kind of neutral, because, I mean, if you weren't that mean, but you were strong and helpful, if you were strong and helpful instead of strong and mean, probably would have made Final 8 or Final 9 at most. But yeah, Snowball, you are neutral. Next up, Spongy. Now, Spongy, I don't know what to call him, because he was second eliminated because he's fat and useless, but then he rejoined at the Final 12 to get eliminated at the Final 8 or something. So Spongy, I'm gonna have to give you a little bit, kind of like Flower, I guess, a little overrated, because they felt just like Flower, just like Blocky. They felt bad. They were the first to eliminate contestants. They felt bad for them getting eliminated first and not having a chance, that they literally made them just rejoin whenever there was a rejoin. So like Flower, then Spongy, then Blocky, first 3 eliminated. Guess who were the 3 that rejoined? Them. At different times though. Spongy first, then Blocky, I believe, then no, I think it was Blocky first, then Spongy, then Flower. And Flower rejoined way far. So it's like a debuter. It's not fair. They didn't compete the whole competition, but yet they just debut at like the Final 6, Final 5. It's not fair. They didn't compete throughout the whole thing, and they just joined because the viewers like them. But Spongy, you're a little bit overrated. And this is BFDI, not BFB. So in BFDI, you're going to be kind of overrated. And also, Golden Sponge, in case you're watching this is just BFDI, okay? So please don't hate me. Alright, next we have the quiet character, Teardrop. I'll say neutral, kind of, or a little bit underrated, because even though she didn't talk, that was kind of her motto. Not her motto, but that's her personality. She didn't talk a lot. She didn't, not that she wasn't helpful, but she just didn't talk. But she was pretty helpful to the team, honestly, in BFDI. I don't know why she got eliminated. Frankly, I guess the other contestants were just more likable than her, because I guess when you don't talk, you're kind of rude. But Teardrop, I'm going to say you're a little bit underrated. I think at least she should have got eliminated right before the merge, like at least at when 13, 12, 11, and then the merge. But Teardrop, you got out where you got out, and this series was made like 9 years ago, so I'm gonna give Teardrop underrated. Next up, we have Tennis Ball. Now, Tennis Ball, I guess, was clumsy for the most part and kind of smart like Golf Ball. If it was between Tennis Ball and Golf Ball, I would choose Tennis Ball to make it farther, obviously, because he's the more funny guy. But Tennis Ball, you're neutral, I guess. You were clumsy, you were kind of smart, you were a little helpful. The viewers saw that, but when it came down to it with everybody else, you were just the least likable. So I guess they voted you to go home. But Tennis Ball, I'm gonna give you neutral. You played good and you made it pretty far. Not bad, but kind of far. Alright, guys, and now we have our last contestant, and that's going to be Woody. Now, Woody, if it was BFB right now, in the future, I'm going to be which BFB characters are underrated, overrated. So, if for all of you guys watching, I'm not going to say what I would call Woody from BFB, but Woody from BFDI, I'd say was pretty annoying. So neutral. He would always scream. I mean, he was scared. I felt bad for him honestly at first, but then he wasn't really helpful. I see why Pin didn't choose him on her team. At the beginning, it was just when it came down to it, she just came. Woody came onto her team, the Squishy Cherries. But Woody, you're gonna be neutral. You were pretty annoying. If it was up to now, you've gotten way better. But I'd say Woody's kind of neutral a little bit. So yeah, no underrated, no overrated. He's just in the middle. Alright guys, well that's the end of the video. I'm not going to recap because I kind of forgot what I said from the very beginning. But yeah, and also if I recap, you would have just skipped to the end, see what I said, and then leave. So if you even watched the whole video, thanks for watching. Remember guys, I always say this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me at all whatsoever. We all have our own opinions. I'm sorry to the people I called overrated who everybody thinks is underrated. I'm sorry to the people that I called underrated that everybody thinks is overrated. And I'm sorry to the people who I called neutral or regular who should have been overrated or underrated. To most people, we all have our own opinions. Some people might dislike this, some people might like it. But guys, remember, this is just an opinion. It's not a fact or anything. So please, you don't have to agree with me, but at least respect what I say. But yeah, rather than that, thanks for watching. Hope you guys like and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you for 80 subscribers, by the way. We're at 81 currently. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.